Welcome to the Capoeira Experience podcast, where you are going to learn how capoeiristas got where they are, how they keep the motivation, why they do what they do, and even how they do business through capoeira. I hope you enjoy it and learn something from their experience. What up, everyone? I'm your host, Carly Materan, aka Instructor Caxixi. Today, I really would love to talk to you how I got where I am right now, so I can take you inside my steps. I started capoeira, my capoeira story. I really hope you can learn something out of this and take some valuable information for you to learn. Let's take you right straight up to my story. Right now, I'm a Capoeira Brazil instructor located in Indianapolis, under the supervision of Mestre Kim from Capoeira Brazil, obviously. If you don't know who Mestre Kim is, check the website out, capoeiraindi.com. That's my website. So it's capoeiraindi.com, okay? And I have a short story about him right there, so you can read a little bit of his story, learn a little bit of Mr. Kim, which eventually will have him on the podcast. Hopefully I can bring him pretty soon so we can share some of his experience right here in the US, from Brazil, Fortaleza to the US. So he's one of the oldest students of Mr. Paulão do Ceará, which he's one of the three founders of Capoeira Brazil by then in 1989. All right, so I started Capoeira 17 years ago by time this is recorded. So that was in 2001. I was in middle school in Caracas, Venezuela, in a group called Centro Cultural de Capoeira Raízes do Brasil, from Mestre Halil. He found this group many years ago. So in middle school, it was the first time I saw capoeira face to face, and I was really impressed. I was just hanging out with one friend of mine. Then his brother and some of his friends came to the hallway where we were hanging out, right? So we were just sitting on the floor, but there in the middle school in Venezuela, they don't really care too much if you're sitting on the floor, as long as you're not making trouble, okay? We just sitting there on the floor, just talking, just chatting. And they started talking about capoeira movement. So like negativa, au, mada. And they started to do these movements that they were talking about. When I saw that, my mind got blown away, because I saw them doing Aussie mouse, doing backflips, doing macaco, doing piauí mouse, doing piauí cabezas. I was like, what the heck is this, man? This is so dope. And a lot of movements, right? Some of them were doing like backflips too. And I remember Nano, very good friend of mine right now. They were doing backflips and all those kind of stuff. I was, dude, this is dope. And I was like, what the heck, man? This is so cool. Then I asked my friend, Miguel, is his name, Miguel Angel. I was like, what is this you brother and all his friends are doing? All these guys are doing, dude, because this is dope. And he was like, well, that's called capoeira. Then I was like, what the hell is that? Then he was like, they go to a capoeira class in the Central University. It's one of the biggest university in Caracas. And I was like, man, can you take me to that class? And he was like, yeah, sure, dude. Of course, just wait for me next Tuesday. I remember that was on a Friday. Wait for me next Tuesday, 3:30, out of school, and I will take you there. Then I was like, hell yeah, dude, I want to go. So by then, in 2001, I was 15 years old. I was a very introverted kid. I'm talking about like very introverted, okay? And because of that, on that exact same day, I knew it. about the class. I talked to one of my friends. His name is Leonardo. So he could go with me because I was shy to show up by myself. Then when I talked to him, I was like, dude, you gotta see this because Miguel's brother and his friends were doing a school, man. They were doing a bunch of movements. They were doing handstand backflips, dude. This was awesome. Then I was like, the classes are in the university, and Miguel said that he can take us to a class on Tuesday. So we gotta wait for him at 3:30 because class is about the class started at 4. So we gotta wait for him at 3:30, right? Takes like about 20 minutes together from where my place used to be or where my place is right now in Venezuela to this university. So like 20 minutes in the subway. And Leonardo say, dude, that sounds fun. Yes, I'm going. I'm going with you. Don't worry. Then that Tuesday came. That weekend, man, I was so excited. I used to practice. I used to be in swimming classes by then. When this weekend passed, I was so excited. I was like, man, I just wanna see this. I just wanna go. I hope Tuesday comes pretty fast. So this Tuesday came in, right? I called Leonardo that Tuesday. After class, my class was ended like about noon. I called him. I would say around 2:30, I think. I'm talking about like I talked to him like 20 times, man, and nothing. Then I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna go. Nothing's gonna happen. I remember I was really shy. I was very shy kid. Then I went to the school, which was just across the street from my place. I'm talking about like didn't take me even 5 minutes walk to get to school. So I can wait for my friend Miguel at 3:30, right? Then 25 minutes later, and nothing, man. Then right at 4, I was like, man, whatever. I'm just gonna go. Whatever, nothing's gonna happen, right? So I took the subway right straight to the university station, which led me right at this huge door of the university. I think it was the first time I was in that university. Was huge door. It's like a car entrance. It's pretty nice. Oh, by the way, this university, like I said before, is huge. Talk about huge. I don't know what size it is, but it is pretty big. They also call this University City because of that, because it's huge. Okay, so I had no idea where I was because it was a huge place. Then I was like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna walk around till I see a bunch of people. Then I start walking and walking. But let me tell you this. I don't know if this was destiny, if this was a sign or I don't know what. But I walk for about, I would say 6 to 10 minutes. Dude, I walked right straight to the Capoeira class. How crazy is this, right? I guess this is meant to be, right? I walked up to the class where was a bunch of people dressing all white clothes. Then I saw Miguel's brother, my friend's brother, with a weird ball on his hand, right? The berimbau, of course. This was the berimbau. I bet you didn't know, right? And that was a huge release for me. I was like, oh, dude, he's here. I made it. Okay. Then I was so excited. I remember perfectly. They were sitting on the ground in a circle, practicing a capoeira song. The instructor at that time was teaching the song, right? Right. And I remember the song was Malandragem. Remember that song? Malandragem, só sai daqui. Quando essa roda acabar. Se meu mestre disse yeah, você cavalaria tocar.
Malandragem, só sai daqui quando essa roda acabar. Se o meu mestre disser eu, se cavalaria tocar. Capoeira é antiga, foi o negro inventando. Verificar quem é brasileiro e não tem um pouco de malandro, malandragem. É malandro, é malandro.
That song. I was like, I don't know what the heck are these people doing, but I'm just gonna sit down here. When they finished practicing the song, I came to Maxi, my friend's brother. also known as a lanza. It means spear because he's a very tall dude. So I asked him, "Hey man, I came to join the class. How did I do that?" He pointed at the instructor and said, "See there, that instructor. Talk to him. See the instructor over there? He's pretty tiny. He pointed a pretty tiny guy. Go talk to him and ask him about the class." So I walked up to him. "Hi, my name is Harley, and I would like to join the class. What I need to do?" And the instructor was like, "What's up, man? My name is Penguin. Remember Capoeira? We identify usually by nicknames. And Penguin on English means penguin. I think penguin. You can tell it is penguin because his face was tiny. He was pretty skinny. He was a really tiny dude, and his nose used to look like a little peak, the peak of the penguin. He was like a really tiny round nose. I guess that makes sense, right? So he was, "You're going to do the class with me today. Don't worry about the class. Today is free. At the end of the class, I'll give you a form for you to fill out. For now, just go there." And he pointed a little small group of people. I would say like probably like 10 to 15 people. So I followed the class, did everything they did. And dude, it was the hottest, or however you say it, day of my life. We used to do class in this open field where the floor was concrete. The sun was right straight on us, but it was fun. It was very, very, very fun. I remember that first day like yesterday, man. Honestly, I remember this like yesterday. So that day, I couldn't stay until the end of the class, or until the end of the roda. I remember that class we did the Jinga, Malo de Frente, and we did some Maus. Some really basic moments. So I couldn't stay right until the end of the roda, which was, the class was from 4 until 6. And about 5:30, about that time, was the roda. So I couldn't stay because my mom was very, very strict, and she didn't want me to be out when it was dark. So I went home, super sweaty, dirty as hell, dude. But I was super happy because I just felt so good, man. I just felt good. I just had a feeling that even today, after 70 years, I can't even explain, man. It is just awesome. After that day, my entire life, dude, my entire life, and I really mean my entire life, changed 360 degrees. So class was from, like I said before, for the beginners class. So it was from 4 to 6, and the Hoda was about, like I said, 5:30. And for me, it was time to go home. And I still remember some of those days. I saw the Hoda for first time like 5:50. Then I went running home because my mom, dude. And but I mean whatever. But then one day I was like, I'm just gonna stay a little bit longer. Then one day I saw the time and I was already leaving by 6, man. So I used to get home by 6. Takes me 20 minutes to get home, and my mom was already mad because I wasn't home. But I was so happy, man. I was very, very happy. I was doing something I really liked, something that made me feel free. Honestly, be myself. I will say probably 6, 8 months passed. So I started in February, February 6th on 2001. On July, they were getting ready for their first bachillerato. And then I couldn't make it because I didn't have the uniform. I couldn't participate at least participate in the bachillerato. But I went to see it. I went to the theater, one big theater that they rent out. It was awesome, man. I saw the bachillerato. They did Yuna. They did a lot of solos. They did a lot of backflips, man. They did Makulele. Then they did the Hada, and they did the bachillerato. If you have seen a bachillerato, you know the energy is awesome. It's dope. So I was like, oh my god, dude, this is awesome. The time passed. Probably, I'll say like few months after that, we went to a presentation capoeira demonstration, and a bank. I remember was like a office bank. I don't remember what was the reason of the presentation of the demonstration, but we were there. The instructor, remember the instructor that I told you was teaching the song Malandragin? His name is Javicho Julio. We were underneath. It was like a little like room underneath of the building where we were getting everything together, getting ready for the demonstration. I didn't have uniform. I just had the shirt by then and just a sweatpants. And I was like, he said, hey, to all the group. He was like, hey, who doesn't have a nickname around here? Then I lifted my hand. He was like, well, come here. Me and another few guys. Come here, I'm gonna give you your nickname. So he put us on a line and he looked at us. I remember that day he was like, I'm gonna give you to one of the guys that were with me. He was like, I'm gonna call you Aurelia. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If you don't know what Aurelia means, look it up. You're gonna laugh. This guy was called Aurelia, and he gave the name for our two guys. When he looked at me from head to toe. He looked at my clothes. He looked at my face. By then, I had a small Caxixi on my as a necklace. I'm talking about like probably like 3 inches big Caxixi. I used to be super skinny, very very skinny. Obviously, 3 inches Caxixi in a super skinny kid, dude. That Caxixi looks huge. So he was like, he looked at me. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna call you Caxixi. What do you think about that? I was like, dude, that's dope because that's part of the berimbau, and the berimbau is one of the main instruments of capoeira. I'll take it. I got it, and dude, I was so happy with that nickname. Since then, I actually created even email about with Caxixi or everything. In capoeira, man, I made so many friends. I met so many people, and still today, I meet so many people every day. Every time I train, every time we do something. It's just awesome. It's just dope. It's just pretty cool. And friends that I still have today, some of them passed. I'm pretty sure they're in a pretty good place right now, playing capoeira with good and all those badasses master, right? So a huge order there in the heaven. Many years passed, a couple few years. I went to Brazil just for a couple times. I would love to go more, obviously, especially because of food. And capoeira, obviously, but the food, man, oh my god, the food. Okay, my first time, I went to a small town right passing the border of Venezuela with Brazil called Boa Vista. We did capoeira. We did capoeira all week, all week, from the day we got there until the day we left. And we took the bus that day. I don't really remember if we went there for actually 1 or 2 weeks. I was 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. And my second time, I went to a different state called Piauí, to the city called Teresina. By then, I stayed there for about 5 weeks, 4 weeks and a half. I will say 5 weeks. It was awesome. Same thing. Capoeira every single day from day one until the very last day we left. And obviously, the food was awesome. I actually gained a few pounds on that trip. I'm talking like, I will say like 3 5 pounds. I ate so much, man. So by 2009, a good friend of mine, his name is Guaraná, which means it's a type of seed. It's a very high on caffeine, so people use it as people use it a lot, especially in Brazil, obviously. I don't really think we can find it here. They use it as a energy source, like like an energy drink. It's pretty effective. It's really good. He used to train in the same group as me back then in high school to Brazil. So he did years training with me. We were pretty good friends. So he did this trip to Holland and Europe, Netherlands, where he saw the group for the first time. He saw a group Capoeira Brazil and trained directly with Mr. Paulão Ceará for all that time, for 1 year, man. Straight up with Mr. Paulão. That's dope. By then, Mr. Paulão used to travel, but not as much. he does right now. Back then he used to travel not too much. Right now he travels a lot. So my friend decided after this year, my friend decided to come back to Venezuela with a group under Mr. Paulão supervision. And I told him, wait, before we used to Skype, talk through Facebook, and sometimes he called me, hey dude, I'm France, hey dude, I'm Germany, hey dude, blah, blah. I was like, dude, that's hope. Then I told him one of those days we were talking, I was like, man, if one day you get back here and you get a chance to bring the group, I'll definitely join you. I will train with you. So he did. He came back, got supervised under Mr. Paulan, obviously. And I will say, here's a very good thing that we all can learn. So when we started the group, I'm gonna tell you the point right after tell you this. We used to do capoeira in the basement of my friend's house, Cristal is her name. I hope you're listening to this, Valentina. And I really appreciate you gave us that space to train. I really, really do appreciate it. So we trained there for about 3 months. I don't really remember the exact time. Then Guaraná found a very small park to train. Pretty tiny park. Then little by little people start joining our group. First were some kids, after that some adults, some friends of ours that started capoeira and the other group in High School Brazil joined us too. Some of our friends came back to capoeira. And then we had this very nice vibe, fever of capoeira again. People were training, we were practicing, we were teaching each other, we were helping each other grow our capoeira. It was really, really nice. And my point with this, of all this section, what I'm saying about the point I wanted to say, is that, never give up, man. Never give up. I know at the beginning it's hard. At the beginning it's always hard. Doesn't matter what you're doing. And never give up. Especially capoeira. If you are trying to teach out there, you are listening to me right now, and you are trying to teach, don't give up, man. Don't try, keep doing it, and keep rocking it. But you gotta go out there. You gotta keep trying. So I used to help him with the organization of stuff for the group for about 4 years, especially with the graphic design part of the group, for the t-shirts, because Mr. Paulon gave him the permission to do the t-shirts. When he went out of town, travel for like Colombia, he went to Brazil, I think. No, he didn't go to Brazil. He went to the islands, Caribbean islands, Curacao, Aruba, to do some capoeira too. I was in charge of the classes and sometimes payments as well. There were a lot of stuff that I was learning at that time. I learned a lot of stuff about how to lead a class, how to lead a capoeira school, how to organize a roda, how to lead a roda. Stuff that were very important. How to have a system is as a very organized person helps a lot for you to accomplish even more. So that was from 2009. So he came back in 2009. From 2009 to 2012, when I left Venezuela, I helped him. So the first year, 2009, 2010, I helped him to organize his first bachizado, where he brought Mr. Paulan and Mr. Kim to Venezuela. This bachizado was epic, man. Dude, the energy was dope. All the capoeira group came together. All our friends came together. It was an awesome party. I'm talking about, like, we were probably like 100 people on that festival. It was awesome. It was really, really cool. Like I said before, pretty much all the capoeira groups came to the event. The energy was to the roof. So I helped him with this event. I helped him with the 2011 and 2012 bachizado. And every year I learned something more and more about the organization of events. I see some people that get stressed out about events, how like they get very stressed out about doing events. But honestly, for me, I love doing this kind of stuff. I love the journey, and I love seeing people from different groups getting together. And honestly, that brings me energy. So in 2012 to 2012, I came for vacation to the U.S., specifically to Indiana, and here's where I met my wife. Then her parents, I got blessed. They gave me the this blessing opportunity to move to the U.S., which was a huge change for me. So by then, I got a chance to bring Capoeira Brazil under Mr. Paulão lineage. Then I started teaching in January 2013. Yeah, January 2013, the first weekend, I remember. I had about 14 students on 6 months. Yeah, 6 months. By then, and I had a small workshop with Mr. Colibri. It was awesome. My wife and I made the decision to move to Oregon for about 2 years, and it didn't work out. I didn't get too much the chance to do a lot of capoeira there. I did capoeira. I'm not gonna say I never did it. I did some capoeira, but not as much as I used to be. I used to do capoeira. So we came back to Indiana, and now I'm currently teaching here since beginning of 2018 in a local gym called Fit Now Boot Camp under the supervision of Mr. Kim. I switched to his supervision, and since then I've been teaching. I love teaching, and if you agree with me, leave a comment saying what do you love about teaching, what do you like about teaching. For me, honestly, it's satisfaction of seeing people learning new stuff. This is just awesome. I always believe that capoeira was created from a group of people, to help each other. I think today we are understanding this, and the helping each other is better than and come together, have fun doing what we love, what make our life beautiful. How the really beautiful stuff about capoeira, and that is why I came up with the creation of this podcast, a way to help each other, to connect, to learn even more, to open up our horizon, use technology to help each other, to connect each other, connect our hearts, and just give all this love that we have for capoeira to capoeira. Capoeira has so much to offer to our countries, to our societies, to our communities, to our friends, to our family, to everyone. And I can tell you this, man. I am a living proof that capoeira can help people to improve anything in their life, like it did to me. Like I said before, I was extremely very shy kid. I didn't used to make eye contact with people. I never said hi to no one because I was shy. I was that kid that sat at the very, very far corner and don't talk to anyone. Don't move. I just did my class, then I went home. Capoeira helped me to feel better with myself, man. To believe in myself, to really believe that I'm worthy, and I don't need to put myself in a bubble. And I'm 100% sure, like me, out there are many people that I'm 100% sure capoeira helped them and still is helping them with so many positive changes. I really think if we have a very good internal organization, speaking now about like organization, I really think if we're very organized and we're very good, we have a very good structure, we can make a living out of this what we love about capoeira. I'm pretty sure we can make it. We just gotta find out how, and we just gotta find out where. If you are out there listening to this, you wanna share your knowledge of how do you do, if you have a business, capoeira business, or even any kind of entity like non-profit or LLC or entity you have, let us know. That way, we just gotta find the right tools, and the right way to do stuff. And I'm talking about like business part of this, of the capoeira, the legal structure, how to file our taxes, what kind of business insurance you use, because it's capoeira. What kind of insurance do you use? How to approach corporate business, in order to make some projects or to get grants. How do you do that? Just talk to us and guide us so our community can learn. And one day my dream is that capoeira is a really good known thing here in the US. Nothing like that is gonna happen just because we know how to play berimbau. We gotta go beyond that. We gotta read, learn, ask, but most importantly, take actions for this. Take actions to make it happen. So one day you are coming to to town, you are coming to Indianapolis, you are coming to Indiana, anywhere in Indiana, just reach out to me to capoeiraindianapolis@gmail.com and let's train, let's do capoeira together. Let's play capoeira, let's have a chat, and I will also have you as my guest here in our podcast, so people out there can know your perspective and your experiences with capoeira, and how this is helping you, or how you see capoeira can help people out there. All right, I just want to share something with you really quick. If you are listening to this and you teach or assist to a capoeira class, or even if you have an event coming up, I want to help you. I want to help our capoeira community, because there's nothing more important to me than help our capoeira community, because classes are more fun when there's more people to share this sachet, this energy so awesome that capoeira has. So I want to share your class or event in our podcast, so reach out to us with school name or any information on how people can find you, and send it to our email, podcastcapoeira@gmail.com. That's podcastcapoeira@gmail.com, and I will share that information here in our podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you like this podcast. If you did, take a screenshot, send it to someone that knows about capoeira, or of course wants to learn. Share it everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, everywhere, and help us grow this community with a subscribe. Thank you so much. Peace.